Hey everybody, it's time for NHL Picks of the Week, and if you are new or not sure what this is, I will be choosing 5 games from the upcoming week in the NHL and picking who I think is going to win. Now, after over a month of going 3-2 pretty much every single week, last week was a monster week for me. I went a perfect 5-0 with my picks, and that brings my season record to now 42-18 on the year, which is looking pretty good with about a month left to go in this regular season. So before we start, I just ask that you please subscribe and hit that thumbs up if you haven't. It helps the channel an absolute ton and is greatly appreciated. But let's get right into it, looking at my picks for this week. All right, as you can see, my season record is now 42-18 after a monster 5-0 week last week. We're going to try and do it again, starting with today, the 11th, which is Sunday. I have the Pittsburgh Penguins over the New Jersey Devils. Penguins are fighting for playoff positioning. They got Boston behind them. They've got the Capitals and the Islanders right in front of them. Pittsburgh needs to win a game against a 7th place team like New Jersey. This is an important 2 points for the Penguins that they need to be sure that they beat teams like this. So I've got Pittsburgh over the Devils today. The 13th, which is Tuesday, I have Boston over the Buffalo Sabres. This is a must-win game essentially for the Boston Bruins. They are in a playoff fight, fighting for their lives. They've got Philadelphia and the Rangers right behind them. They're trying to catch Pittsburgh, who they have games in hand on, who are right in front of them. They have to make sure they beat a team like the Buffalo Sabres, who's a last-place team, has struggled pretty much all year long. The Bruins need to take care of business in that game, plain and simple. Boston over Buffalo. Also on the 13th, Tuesday night, I have the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Calgary Flames. Calgary has really been struggling really all season long, but the coaching change to Daryl Sutter hasn't really changed anything, and Calgary is really struggling as of late. They did pick up a huge win over Edmonton in the Battle of Alberta, but that was their first win in a while. So I expect the division-leading Maple Leafs to take care of business in this one. They look like the class of the North right now, and that should be a win for Toronto. Moving on now to Thursday, the 15th, I have the Chicago Blackhawks over the Detroit Red Wings. Chicago is fighting for their playoff lives at this point. They are in a battle for 4th place in the Central Division with Nashville and the Dallas Stars. And some would say maybe still Columbus, although I think Columbus is pretty much out of it at this point. They're kind of checking out on this season. I think it's going to come down to Chicago, Nashville, and Dallas for that 4th spot. One team is going to get it. If Chicago is going to make the playoffs, they have to make sure they win the winnable games against teams below them in the standings like Detroit. That should be a big win for the Blackhawks and a 2 points that they'll desperately need. And finally, that brings us to Friday the 16th. Final pick for this week. I have the Minnesota Wild over the San Jose Sharks. Minnesota, I believe, is at home in that game. They have been an awesome home team all season long. And the Minnesota Wild are having a great year. They are right there in the playoffs, fighting with Colorado and Vegas near the top of that division. They're in 3rd right now, but a winning streak or two could get them possibly up to 2nd. San Jose is not going to make the playoffs this year. They're just not that level of team. The Wild should win this game, and they're gonna again need to make sure that they pick up the 2 points against teams that they can beat, like the San Jose Sharks. Because when they play Vegas, when they play Colorado, even when they play St. Louis or Arizona, those aren't necessarily going to be easy points. But when they play teams like Anaheim and San Jose, in LA, those are the games that Minnesota needs to make sure that they're winning. So I've got the Wild in that one. So those are my picks of the week for this week, trying to improve upon my 42-18 record on the season. On Sunday, I have Pittsburgh over New Jersey. On Tuesday, I have Boston over Buffalo and Toronto over Calgary. On Thursday, I have Chicago over Detroit, and on Friday, I have Minnesota over San Jose. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, donation link, and channel memberships are in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.